Guess who's back? Okay, guess
Hello.
who's back?
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome. Relax. Take a deep breath. You don't need to speak right now. You don't need to answer. Just listen. Today we're talking about a mistake that many English learners make, a mistake that stops them from speaking, even though they understand English. If this sounds like you, stay with me. You understand conversations. You understand videos. You understand podcasts. But when it's time to speak, you freeze. Your mind goes blank. Your words disappear. And you ask yourself, why does this happen to me? The answer is simple, and it may surprise you. The mistake is not lack of vocabulary. The mistake is not grammar. The real mistake is overthinking. Most learners try to be perfect. They try to say the right word, the right tense, the right pronunciation. And while they think, the moment passes. Conversation doesn't wait, so your brain stops you. This is not because you're bad at English. It's because your brain is under pressure. Your brain is trying to protect you from making mistakes. Fear creates silence, and silence feels frustrating. But silence is not failure. Silence is part of learning. Let me explain something important. Understanding English and speaking English are two different skills. Understanding comes first, speaking comes later. That is normal. Your brain needs time to build confidence. Most people don't realize this. They compare themselves to fluent speakers. They compare themselves to natives. And that comparison creates stress. Stress blocks learning. A relaxed brain learns faster. That's why listening is so powerful. When you listen without pressure, your brain absorbs English naturally. You learn patterns. You learn rhythm. You learn flow, not rules. That's how children learn. And adults learn the same way, when fear is removed. Now think about this. When someone speaks to you in English, you don't need a perfect answer. You need a simple answer. Simple English works. Yes. No. I think so. I'm not sure. Give me a second. These sentences are powerful. Fluency is not about long sentences. Fluency is about comfort. Comfort comes from repetition. The more you listen, the more familiar English becomes. Familiarity creates confidence. Confidence creates speech. Most learners try to force themselves to speak. They push. They rush. But language doesn't work like that. Language grows, slowly, quietly. You don't notice progress every day, but it's happening, even right now. As you listen to this audio, your brain is training to stay calm with English. That is one of the most important skills. A calm brain responds faster than a stressed brain. That's why you don't need to speak fast. You need to speak comfortably. Native speakers pause. They hesitate. They think. That is normal language. So stop expecting perfection. Perfection is not the goal. Communication is. You don't need to sound smart. You need to be understood. And you don't need perfect English for that. You need simple English. Now let's talk about translating. Many learners translate everything in their head. They think in their first language, then convert it to English, then check grammar, then pronunciation. That process is slow. Real conversation is fast. So the solution is not to think faster. The solution is to think less. Let English come naturally. Listening helps you do that. The more you listen, the less you translate. And one day, words will come out without planning. That day will surprise you. You'll say something in English and think, where did that come from? It came from listening, from patience, from consistency. Many learners quit too early, not because they can't learn, but because they don't see progress. Language progress is invisible at first, like roots under the ground. You don't see them growing, but they are. And one day, something appears above the surface. A response, a sentence, a conversation, and confidence grows. So don't rush. Rushing creates fear. Fear blocks memory. Calm creates space. Space allows learning. Right now, you are doing exactly what you need to do. Listening, relaxing, exposing your brain to English. That is powerful. More powerful than memorizing lists. More powerful than forcing speech. So keep listening. Keep allowing English to enter your mind naturally. You don't need to fix everything today. You just need to continue, little by little. And as you continue listening, Something important is happening inside your mind, even if you don't feel it yet, even if you think nothing has changed. Your brain is adapting. Every sentence you hear, every pause, every repetition is helping your brain feel more comfortable with English. Comfort is the real goal, not perfection. When English feels comfortable, speaking becomes easier. Not fast, not perfect, but natural. Many learners wait for confidence before they speak, but confidence doesn't come first. Practice comes first. Listening comes first. Confidence is built slowly, through exposure, through familiarity, through calm repetition. That's why this mistake, trying to be perfect, stops so many people from speaking. Perfection creates fear. Fear creates silence. But acceptance creates progress. Accepting mistakes, accepting pauses, accepting simple English. That changes everything. You don't need advanced vocabulary. You don't need complex grammar. You need comfort. You need to feel safe using English. And safety comes from listening without pressure, from understanding that silence is not failure, it's preparation. Every time you listen, your brain is learning how English sounds in real life, how sentences flow, how ideas connect. And one day, you will notice something different. Someone will speak to you in English, and instead of freezing, you will pause and answer. Maybe with a short sentence, maybe with simple words, but you will answer. And that moment will matter, because it will remind you that you were never bad at English. You were just learning, and learning takes time. So be patient with yourself. Don't rush the process. Don't fight the language. Let English come to you naturally. Keep listening. Keep exposing your mind to English. Little by little, the mistake disappears, and confidence takes its place. Thank you for spending this time listening. Thank you for trusting the process. Take care, keep going, and we'll continue learning together very soon.